Hello, how are you? Good, I hope. Everything's pretty good here, thanks. Bit cold now, winter's coming, but what are you going to do about it? In this video, we're going to do a tarot reading using Anne Stokes Legends cards. I made a video a few days ago, well, a couple of weeks ago, actually, about different kinds of tarot card, and got these Anne Stokes cards out, and I've forgotten how much I like them, actually. I haven't used them in many videos because they don't have much on them in the way of pictures, but the pictures they do have are absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd use them today. And I thought today, rather than just 12 cards for 12 signs, we'll do 12 cards and you can kind of pick some of the cards or pick all 12 or whatever you want to do, but I'm going to do them by elements: earth, air, fire and water. So anyway, I'm also going to do things a bit differently today because I'm going to face the camera down at my tarot table so you can see the whole spread. I was looking forward to using my nice clean tablecloth here, which is this nice blue colour, which is the colour of clairvoyance, you know, lapis blue. But unfortunately the cats have been to sleep all over it. Don't know how well you can see that, but I can see it. I don't want all this fluff and everything all over my lovely cards, so I'm going to put my cutting mat down and we'll do a reading on here. Let's just fix the camera. Okay, and you can just see a bit of the lapis blue there. And I do like to have that colour, you know. It is the colour of clairvoyance. And maybe that's something a little different to the tarot. I don't know. Depends on your opinion, really, and how you feel about these things. But I'm having a shuffle now. And I'm going to do 3 cards for each element. So we'll start off with the element of earth. I think that's the way to go. Okay. Oh, 2 together there. Well, we'll read 2 together. They came out 2 together for a reason. That'll make it interesting, won't it? So zoom in a little bit so we get a good look at them. So, of course, the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, and the pentacles are the suit that's most associated with this, but we'll go with the flow. Let's see what comes up. Have to excuse me adjusting my camera. I'm not a camera scientist like some YouTubers. So let's see what we've got, and let's turn over all 3 because I'd like you guys to be your own psychic for some of this. Maybe some of you already read tarot, maybe you kind of know what you think about these things. We'll kind of overlap those 2 and I'll spread them out as we go. There we go, we've got pentacles to end it with, so that's very earth signy. And we've got major arcana, judgment, number 20 there. And that's very close to the end of the major arcana tarot journey, you know. And then Knight of Cups in the middle. And 2 together here, King of Pentacles. Says it in different languages all around the card. That's cool, kind of includes everybody. And the Ace of Pentacles as well, so we kind of got the end and the beginning all at once there. So where are we going with judgment? This is right at the beginning of the spread, this one. Different kind of image to what you'd expect to find on so many tarot card decks, particularly the older ones, you know, which tend to have more gravitas and tend to have a lot of meaning. But, you know, you can't beat the deeper meaning of the modern way that people look at things, you know. So much deeper because it's so much more relevant to the world we're actually in. And normally there's someone blowing a trumpet and dead people rising from their graves. And we got a kind of angel of, I wouldn't say she's the angel of death exactly, but she's kind of grey, kind of gravestony grey there. And really, in so many ways it's talking about change. But, you know, when we kind of go through the change at the end of life, and some people would say we're dead and gone and that's it. And, you know, people who know better would understand that we've gone on to start a new journey in the afterlife. It is a big change, and in so many ways it's answering a call. And that's what it's all about with the Judgment card. It's about, you know, a call to maybe follow your own higher self, maybe to, you know, do something that's very much in tune with what you've already been doing in your life. It's about continuing your journey anyway, and that might mean change, it might not mean change, could mean anything really. But Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, these cards are for you guys. as the earth sign. And there's always the intention of kind of grounding that goes with the earthiness of any card reading we bring up for the earth signs. So I'm going to say get yourself grounded, particularly because this card, Judgment, this really kind of takes you on a trip, and you need to be kind of firmly rooted in reality to make the most of that trip, that journey. Now, there is a kind of death involved in this card because you can't help leaving part of yourself behind when you actually answer this call. But it's all about the past being old news, and that comes up in so many readings. The past is old news, and you want to keep the good things from the past for sure, but you want to leave the actual past in the past and go on to new ways of doing things. This is going to resonate very deeply, this call, and I dare say you're feeling this somewhere in your life at the moment, Earth Signs, particularly if you're drawn to this video, because we're all kind of drawn together on the internet or anywhere else for a reason. There's always a reason for it. So I guess you're hearing that call deep in your heart, and, you know, are you ready to really kind of... You don't absolutely have to have a rebirth unless that's what's being asked for, you know? There's a sword here, so... there's a definite need to kind of make a decision, you know, and get something done around making a decision. And when you really make the decision, that's when you really start getting things done. That's kind of how it goes there. But, you know, a vocation, something, some kind of calling deep in your heart. Listen out for that, you know, meditate if you need to. It's always good to do some meditation. Either kind of clear your mind or maybe go with a guided meditation that you might be drawn to. There are so many on YouTube, and I must do some guided meditations actually. I think we'll have that kind of coming up before too long. But for the moment, you know, just do some meditation. That's what you need at this point. This is the beginning of the, well, I was going to say a 3-card spread. We've ended up with 4 cards. But this is the beginning of the reading for the earth signs in any case. So what about the Knight of Cups in this card then? Knight of Cups is out there hunting, and this looks a very kind of feminized character here. Of course, back in ancient times, where the time that Anne Stokes has actually based this Legends deck on, guys did have very long hair, but that is such a woman there. No two ways about that. So I'm liking the role reversal of that because, you know, it's something that in our Western culture, we tend to think, you know, it's a very masculine thing, going out hunting. But this is a spiritual journey, you know, and but even if it wasn't, you know, women can hunt. They have done, going back so many thousands of years in so many different cultures. It's very kind of almost a recent thing, it's thousands of years, but it's a recent kind of thing that this was all supposed to be masculine. And there she is with her white wolf guides, going forward and making things happen. But she is the Knight of Cups, you know. Can be quite a dreamy character, but she's not being too dreamy there, is she? This is someone who will be coming in to help you, I've no doubt, Earth Signs. Either a person coming in to help you or some part of your own psyche coming up and kind of making itself known again to actually help you, to actually get you moving on this journey that we see starting here, actually. And, you know, here we've got kind of this lady with a sword, and angel with a sword, I should say. And she kind of is dreamy. There's definitely a dreamy side to the Knight of Cups because that's how this card works. But look at the action here. This is really putting things into action. I suppose the dreamy side of it really are the two wolf creatures here. Very spiritual characters. And that shows it's a spiritual kind of a journey, you know. But you need to kind of think about real truth, you know. Truth is really kind of quite an important thing. Truth with this card is more important than all the kind of various different arguments about things. What's real? What's actually concrete? Let's, you know, let's be earth sign. Let's get grounded here. What is actually concrete that matters about the situation? Yeah, we've got a paw print up here. That kind of shows something, doesn't it? About groundedness, about being earthy. But this is putting things into practice. This is really making things happen. And again, because of the dreamy side of this card, meditation comes up. You can do a lot worse than meditate. You really can. So we'll come on to these 2 cards. 2 cards for the price of 1 here. Ace of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. And a bit of luck, they both kind of came up both together. But that's life, you know. The tarot is definitely a thing of luck. It's that's really what it's all about. So 2 ends of different ends of the actual suit of pentacles here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which seemed to come out on top there, so I'll read that one first. I'm very earthy. Again, you need to be grounded because, look, this is kind of anything but grounded. This guy is pretty grounded, and we'll come to him in a minute. But this is kind of up in the air. And the thing about this card is Ace of Pentacles. It's a very auspicious card. It's one of the best cards you could really want to get. This really kind of shows that things are starting to happen and are going to get moving. It's about making things happen, and it's got a lot to do with abundance, this card as well. There's a lot of alchemy everywhere in the tarot, but we really see alchemy in the aces. This is kind of, it's the ace, it's the best things can really get. This kind of looks like a dream catcher, but it isn't the kind of dream catcher that catches your dreams and stops them happening. This is the kind of dream catcher that catches the good stuff out of the dreams, and she's reaching up for it, and she's actually going to do something with the dreams here. That's the thing here. She's got wings, well, they all have in this deck, and she's really going to kind of give wings to the idea, give wings to what's coming in the dream here. And it's really going to be taking her places. And we got the King of Pentacles as well, and he looks a lot more earthy, doesn't he? But again, he's got wings, kind of butterfly kind of wings, and horns here that are forking off in different directions. Got to be careful how I say that. But loads of pentacle energy yet again. And this guy likes to enjoy the material world. That's how it is with the King of Pentacles. He's kind of generous, and he'll help. This is help coming in again. So maybe this is the meditative side of it. This really for me is emphasizing that there's help coming in for you earth signs. There's got to be, really, because that's what this character is all about. But just, don't try to kind of pull the wool over his eyes in any ways. You've got to kind of, however kind of scatterbrained your ideas might seem, find the truth in them, find the reality in them. That's what the Ace of Pentacles character is doing here. She's kind of drawing out the reality, the truth of what's actually going on, and present him with that truth. Present your higher self with that truth. That's what really matters. Okay, so that's the earth signs. That's where the earth signs are going. Let's have a clear up now, and I'll do another shuffle. Put these to one side up here, and there we go. I'll have a shuffle and see where we get with the air signs, which are going to be next, I think. Earth, air, fire, and water. I think we'll do them in that order. So what have we got? 10 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. What's this one? The Knight of Swords. Okay, so we've got that knightly energy coming in again for the air signs, and that's got to be Gemini, it's got to be Libra, and it's got to be Aquarius. Now you could kind of say that's the Gemini, that's the Libra, that's the Aquarius. Read all three together. Maybe you're kind of reading in a totally different way to that. That's entirely up to you. And I don't mind, I pull these cards so that you can enjoy them in whatever way you want. And as well as enjoying them, I hope you'll find some truth in here, which is always going to be a reflection of your own truth. The tarot mirrors that back to you. So 10 of Pentacles here. Lots of protection in this. Look at the butterfly. That butterfly is kind of like your higher self. It's your soul, really. And it's protected by the 5 points of the pentagram here. And now we've got earth, air, fire, and water with the divine in charge up at the top here. That's kind of the point of the thing. That's what the point at the top is all about. But the butterfly feels nice and safe, so she can fly out of the middle. So this is safety. It's an invitation to take a rest as much as anything. When this card comes up, you can accept that you're protected. And see the healing colour. That's a beautiful lilac-y, amethysty kind of colour in the middle there. Is there not? But this is all about kind of the value of having a loving family and what we've actually learned. And even when a family isn't all that loving, we tend to find there are moments of love. When we hear about people who've had terrible abuse within their family, there's always kind of someone like an uncle or a sister or someone in the family who kind of understands and wants to help, because that's the way it is with family love. And whatever it's been like with your family, bear in mind that, even if you have to go back many generations to find it, there's good there, you know, and we all have a spirit family in the spirit world who are looking out for us all the time. And so, you know, ancestors benefit us as much as anybody else, really. And, you know, value that, really kind of value that. In the Tarot in Wonderland deck that I like so much, Alice is pictured asleep on a sofa with her relatives looking down at her, pictures of her relatives and ancestors looking down at her. And so you can kind of really lean back on this, you know. And again, I'm drawn to that healing there. So that's a real nice start for the air signs, really. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Take that rest if you need it, okay? It's safe to take a rest, there's no doubt about it. But it's also the Ten of Pentacles. It's very magical. It looks like success. It's got success all over it. Stability is good. Life itself is kind of really indicated here. And if your priorities aren't really headed in that direction, then maybe think about changing things a little bit. Just to value your life, value who you are and where you are. It's so easy to get into the spiritual way of life, or just take up the tarot, or, you know, be like 10 years into being a tarot reader or whatever. You can be on that spiritual path and think, okay, where's my path? Which way am I going to go? I never forget this, because it's still kind of a present thing, a present consideration for me. When I found out I was a spiritualist medium, and they were really kind of gifted, experienced, long-serving mediums who told me that, so I was sure they must be right. Well, that was my path, really, wasn't it? And I must say, all these years later, and it's been a long time now, I've been on that path a long time, and that is how it works. But I'm still sometimes tempted to, you know, pick up my sticks and go for a wander and try and find what my true path is, which is crazy, really. But then life has changed. Things are always on the change. Things are always on the move. That's how it goes, you know. That is always how it goes. So then we've got the Three of Wands right in the middle here. For the air signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And lots of balance tends to come into things with the air signs. And it's one of those things, the air element itself is kind of blowing all over the place, and full of kind of different influences coming in. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know. As branches blow in the wind, they get stronger and stronger. And really what we've got here is the work has been done, you know. And okay, the wind is blowing all the time for sure, and it's battering us about. It's always knocking us about. It's a very earthy kind of an element, really, even though it's the air and we've already done the earth signs. But look at this green. That's what I'm drawn to, you know, the natural kind of grassy green that we've got here all around this card. It's a kind of artificial green on my cutting mat thing I've got here. I'll wash the tablecloth next time, by the way. I really will. But Three of Wands, the Wands are all about getting things done, actually making things happen. The Swords, I think, are very similar. A lot of people would say I was wrong about that. But, you know, making a decision to get things done, like we see with the Swords, is very close to what the Wands are actually about, you know. And like all the suits in the tarot, you kind of can't have one without the other three. They're all part of the same thing. But in the Three of Wands, the work is done. The unicorns, they kind of look as if they're... I mean, I suppose you could say they've locked horns, but they look pretty friendly there, don't they? I think they look friendly. I think there's a lot of love there. And this is kind of like things knitting together and being right. And we've got two crossed wands here, which kind of shows that they're in the right place. You know, everything is kind of right with this. I wonder where the third wand is. I can't actually see it anywhere in this card, but maybe that's in your own mind. You know, maybe that again is an invitation to meditate. Maybe that's kind of bringing things together in your own mind, in your own way of thinking. Maybe that's what the third wand is. Maybe you are the wand. Why ever not? Good thing to be optimistic when this card comes up. It says a lot about kind of the law of attraction as well. You know, if good things are coming towards you, it's quite possible to kind of just get into a space where you never really benefit from the good things by worrying too much about it. So be calm when we see this card, okay? Because things are going the right way when we get this card. That's what it's all about. And then the Knight of Swords, card number 3. Yeah, for the air signs, Knight of Swords, Chevalier de Épée, Caballero de Espadas, Ritter de Schwerter. I'm not very good at languages. I'm certainly not a language scientist, but who is? Well, some people are, no doubt. But here, look, she's kind of stroking the dinosaur or whatever this creature is, this very mythical creature. And it's a happy scene, you know. A lot of people would be scared stiff of this, but it's obviously a very gentle kind of a beast. And she is obviously the most gentle manifestation of humanity that there is. So swords, you know, we were talking a minute ago about them, how they relate to the wands. With this action that's happening in card number 3, in the middle card with the 3 of wands here, you kind of got to be decisive about making the most of that and making it happen. And that might mean making a very unlikely alliance, really. That's what that is saying to me. Is your attention span a bit too short to be able to kind of do this? This takes great contemplation. I think maybe the night before she was quite worried. I think if I thought I had to meet a great big dragon character like that, I'm not going to say anything about any of my friends here or frenemies, but if I had to meet a mighty dragon character like that, I think I might be quite worried about it the night before. But she's obviously been breathing deeply. She's obviously prepared herself for this. And the symbols we've got up here look kind of, they're very flowery colours. They're not flowers, but they're very flowery kind of colours. And we've got kind of dragony tails and serpent kind of features going on up there. And those snakes, those serpenty things, you know, that side of the dragon is all about weaving itself into your actual consciousness, you know. And the spiritual truth can weave itself into your consciousness if you give it time, if you give it some meditation. We've really got meditation seeming to be the key here again today. So incredibly positive again, you know. This says great things are happening. This says you're totally protected as you kind of go into this journey. And this says fear nothing. Because kind of if you've really got to kind of cross swords with some creature like this, and it is a sword card, it's going to be fine, you know. It's just about, you know, facing the facts. You know, you could worry about all kinds of rumours about dragons and reptiles, or you could face the fact that it's easy enough to go up and stroke this animal. This reminds me of a lot of YouTube videos where, you know, it's like a crocodile and a kitten and they're getting on fine, and everyone thinks that the crocodile's going to eat the kitten, but it doesn't because they're friends. And those are kind of rare things, but, you know, as rare as they are, there's a lot of them on YouTube. And that's the kind of energy here, you know. Maybe you'll find help from an unlikely ally, someone you weren't expecting to help you. But there's help out there. And it's fiery as well. The swords are pure air sign energy, actually, and this is the most air signy card that we've got for the air signs here. But there's fire burning there, and that's the nature of air, you know. You can blow on a flame to put it out, or you can blow on a fire to make it go faster. The choice is yours. So air signs, you're in control. So let us have another tidy up, and this time we'll do some cards for the fire signs. Let's have a shuffle again. There's one popped out of the deck there. Let's just put that in and give them a shuffle up and see what we actually get for the fire signs. We've had earth and we've had air, and now we will have fire, and then we will have water. Okay, so what have we here? 10 of Wands. Middle card, Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. Oh goodness, where's this taking us? For the fire signs. 2 of Wands. Okay. So we got 2 wand cards there for the fire signs. And wands is actually the suit that relates to the fire signs. That's Leo, it's Sagittarius, and it's Aries. So very kind of positive and very in tune with things so far. With the 10 of Wands, you've probably had to put quite a bit of effort into the journey to actually reach the stage you're at now, fire signs. This should be things starting to pay off at the very least. Got a unicorn kind of character in the circles here, in the spheres, representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just making sure that is what it represents there, and it really does. But there's a thought, you know, maybe you're in doubt. You don't need to be in doubt. The truth is what you think it is. It really is, okay? We've got crossed wands over here, and we've got crossed unicorn horns again. But that is what the wand suit in the Anne Stokes Legends deck is actually all about. So think about those unicorns for sure. And think about maybe having to kind of lock horns in some way, because that always comes up, you know. But this isn't so much about locking horns with someone oppressive. This, in so many ways, is kind of locking horns with yourself here. Because it's been quite hard work to get where you are, to get to the position that you're in at the moment spiritually. And it'd be a shame to let all that go. But it's very easy to get dragged down by other considerations, by things that other people want, by things that other people expect from you. The Nine of Wands, you'll have had to have gone through the Nine of Wands energy to actually get to this stage in your life, fire signs. That's the point. And so much hard work. Have you really got the time to give to all the commitments that you had previously? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Because maybe you need to actually move forward now, and maybe that's going to take more energy because there are new things coming in. There are going to be new things to do, and there's a lot happening as we go forward here. And what you need to do is kind of get rid of old commitments that aren't serving you, because you'll probably find that if you're committed to serving someone else and they're not really serving you, you're probably not really serving them all that well. Sometimes people need to get up and stand up and be on their own two feet in life and actually get things done for themselves. And you do people no favours when you kind of, I've got to help this character, and so I'm not going to be able to do my thing this week because I promised to do that. Well, be willing to cut the cords with old commitments. If you cut a cord by mistake, it'll grow back. That's the nature of it, There are burdens going on, there are obligations going on, all sorts of responsibilities, things that might be your duty, but there are stacks of opportunities going on here. That 10 number is a number of abundance. There are abundant opportunities when this card comes up, and that is the thing to think about. So the Hanged Man, what is that all about? Well, we're into the Major Arcana journey here. And it's number 12, so it's kind of around the halfway mark in the Major Arcana, a little bit further forward than that. It's the card that comes before the Death card. And it would be easy, fire signs, to prevaricate and try and kind of put off making the changes that we've seen we need to make in this card. We really need to make those changes to get into the Two of Wands situation where things are actually happening, things are actually moving. But maybe you kind of feel a bit stuck in a rut. I guess that's what I'm saying here. It'd be very easy to feel like you better stay in this rut because it's comfortable. And this lady is she's kind of enjoying her own wings here, but she's got them wrapped around her. She's not actually using the wings to fly. And that's what the wings are given to her for, to actually fly and to actually make things happen. So don't hang about. That's the bottom line. People have these fears at this stage of number 12, just before number 13, the Death card comes in. And you do have to be pretty brave with the Death card and kind of shut the door on the past and allow the door to open up into the new life, into the future. I guess it's okay to take a rest, but don't rest forever, fire signs. That's what really matters. Don't rest forever. Get up and stand up. If you're my age, you might remember a song called Get Up, Stand Up, Strut Your Funky Stuff. Even if you don't remember it, that's what you've got to do. So it's okay to have a rest, but greater things are coming. And we see the moon cycle here. We got this in all the Major Arcana cards, but it's a cycle. And you can't. This is kind of like a new moon where nothing's actually started yet, and we wait until the moon is visible in the sky before we start launching new projects. It's very new moony indeed, and it means nothing without the rest of the moon cycle. So prepare to get moving. This one's the heart of the matter for you guys, fire signs. So prepare to get moving. And the Two of Wands. So the winds of change are actually blowing. That's what the Two of Wands are always all about. Let's just move them along a bit so the light doesn't shine on that corner quite so much. Two of Wands, it's very earthy kind of energy here, even though we're with the fire signs. It is about getting things done for sure, because Leo, Sag and Aries, that's what you guys are all about. And it's pretty much out there as well. And it's going to seem maybe like taking a step back at first, because we've got kind of 10 of Wands, the 10 of kind of completion there. We've got the Hanged Man, which is halfway through the Major Arcana journey. And here we are, right at the beginning of the Wands journey. But that's what happens. You get to the 10 of completion, you make the move, and then you start on the next leg of the journey. And Two of Wands says there's not much you can kind of do by humming and hawing and wondering what the best way is to do things. It's just about getting out there and actually getting things done. That's what really matters, you know. That's what has to happen there. So there we are. Excuse me, there we are. I'm going to have a quick drink of tea. I've still got my tea here, even though I'm doing this. Oh, you can see my tea. Look, that is Earl Grey, and there's not much of it left, but I don't need much. Can't beat black tea, because I come from a long line of sailors, you know, and they couldn't take milk on the boat, so they learned to drink black tea. And my grandfather got me drinking black tea the first time he took me out on a ship, because it stops you feeling seasick. That's the thing about black tea. Okay, right, stop waffling about tea now. I do love a cup of tea. Nothing quite like it. Yum. Okay, let's put these up there. And so that just leaves one element left to do. And these are the water signs. This is Cancer, it's Scorpio, and it's Pisces. The suit associated with this, with the water signs, is the cups. It's all about longings. It's all about desires. But you can't spend your life longing for things and desiring them, can you? Well, I think most of us do spend our lives doing that. Let's see what we've got. Number 1, the Magician. That is a great place to start. Queen of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. We're finishing on a 2 yet again there. Okay. Let's put these out of the way so they don't interfere, as they will try to sometimes. Love the back of these cards, by the way. Got a unicorn and a dragon here, and this lovely kind of Celtic-y, pagan-y symbol here, which has so much to do with life, you know, the beginnings of life. There's the Vesica Pisces there, which appears in 3 different positions. So we've got the kind of magic of 3s going on there. I love this deck, actually. I don't use it all that much because the pictures are very kind of samey, you know, but they're full of meaning. They really mean so much. And number 1, here we go. The Magician. De Magier. Le Magicien. El Mago. There you go. Or maybe it's El Mago. I don't know. And it doesn't really matter about explanations and about what things sound like and what things might mean behind the scenes. This means stuff right up front. The traditional tarot meaning goes with this card, the Magician. It's not actually the first card, it's number 1, but the first card in the major arcana is, of course, 0, the Fool's Journey, as it really begins. So here, this is showing that right at the beginning, right at number 1 of actually starting the journey and being on the journey, you've got all the tools you need. And here we've got this lady again. She's holding a light, see? She's holding a wand there, a staff, with a light shining at the top of it. So that shows she's got the power. And she's got the courage and the strength she needs as well, because she's with a giant dragon, yet again. A mythical creature, a creature of legend, and a pointy tail there. And it's kind of pointing forward, you know, it's wrapped round, and it's, in some ways, it's pointing towards the back of the dragon, but it's pointing her way forward. And the only way is forward when this card comes up. So important to remember that with the Magician. You've got all, you know, you're equipped, basically. Maybe it's a case of you've got all the gear and no idea. It can be like that. It really can. But the ideas will come. Okay, water signs, so don't be afraid to meditate. I keep saying it because it keeps mattering. It comes up in so many of the readings I do. And by the way, if you would like a reading, email me. The address to do it is, I'm trying to point in front of a camera, which I'm not used to doing. Where is it? Come here, there we go. Down below there somewhere where my fingers are pointing. In the description, there is my email address, 35and83@gmail.com. That is 35and83@gmail.com. And get in touch and I will do you a private reading. There's a small fee associated with it, but helps me no end, actually. Really kind of helps support things. I don't make any money out of YouTube. So, you know, it really helps me a lot if you can just subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. That helps me. That's really uplifting. I mean, sod the money. But if you'd like a reading, I'd be more than happy to do you one. So do get in touch with me. So there's number 1. There's the Magician. Okay, we move forward and we've got the Queen of Cups here. And this is actually your suit of cards. Your suit of the deck of cards, I should say. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is for you guys, really. And it's the watery energy of the cups, its longings and its desires. But there are two sides to that. There are the things we long for, the things we desire. But there's also, with water, there's the feeling of a river flowing, cleansing, taking away the past, cutting those cords with the past, and actually bringing new things along, bringing more positive things into life and actually making things happen in such a more positive way. Now she looks a real happy lady, the Queen. We've got the two white wolfy figures here again, and we've got the cup down at the bottom there, really showing that this is all about longings and desires, but she's making them happen. Who wouldn't like to be a queen, eh? I mean, I'm a man and I still wouldn't mind being a queen. A lot of people would kind of read that as a sexual thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'd love to be able to harness that feminine energy and actually have all that magic at my command. And she's really got it at her command here. And this is the middle card. This is really the heart of the matter. Coughing again, so some more tea. Excuse me. She's right at the heart of the matter here. We've got this paw print up here, showing like kind of animal progress, and every human being, even the absolute most fairy queen of a human being, is still an animal. That's what we're all about. And we've got animal allies as well showing through here, and we get a lot of this kind of connection between spirituality and nature. Anne Stokes Legends cards really show it up very well, and it is important to remember that we've all got that connection. That's what it's all about. But she's the Queen of Cups. She can make stuff happen, She isn't the most kind of how can I put it? I was going to say she isn't the most kind of intellectual of people, but that's wrong. No, she isn't the most practical of people. I guess that's the point. So at this point, okay, water signs, the thing to do is abandon that absolute need for the logic of everything. Okay, this is Anne Stokes Legends. How much logic do you expect? Abandon the logic, actually. Okay, and just see yourself as a queen, see yourself as having all that energy, and push forward and make things happen, because you can and you will, because it's there for you. That's how it works. And then card number 3 for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. It's the Two of Pentacles. So the 2 energy again, like we had with the 2 of Wands in the last spread. It's kind of early in a journey, but it's early in starting a new journey, okay? And that kind of really relates to the Magician here. You've got number 1, where you've got everything you need, you just haven't made the move yet. This is the move actually happening, having passed through the Queen of Cups energy. This is the move actually happening. This is things getting their boots on. It's you getting your boots on, water signs. That's what you need to really do, and actually start making things happen. Again, meditation is going to really help a lot with this, particularly because, look, the butterfly has moved from when we had the Ace of Pentacles before. The butterfly was more in the middle. Now she is kind of up and she's out, and she's still got the protection of the pentacle. That's the thing. The pentacle's magic reaches out in all directions. So she's still totally protected, but she's on the way. She's started making things happen. And that's what really needs to be going on. Nature energy all over the place. We always get that with Anne Stokes, but don't forget, guys, get out into nature a bit if you can. This is just as important as going into meditation and looking at things that way. If you can actually tap into that natural energy, you will make a hell of a difference to your prospects for actually getting forward in life and getting things done. Okay, so yeah, number 1 here, you're equipped. Look, lights on, but nothing's happened yet. I'm not going to say the lights on when no one's home, because I guess you are home if you're at least looking at the tarot, looking at this video and thinking, what am I going to do next? And that's great. The light's on, you're at home, you're ready to actually get stuck into things, you're ready to get your boots on. You just got to think outside the box, okay, and fly outside the pentacle as well, because the protection will still be there and it'll all still work. Okay. So, excuse me, I'm not very good at editing. That's probably a very jerky transition from the cards into me again. But there we go. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. There we have it. 1 for earth, 1 for air, 1 for fire, and 1 for water. All the signs of the zodiac catered for there. I'll be back soon doing 12 cards for 12 signs, because that seems to be popular. But variety is the spice of life, isn't it? So here I am with the tree of life behind me. And look, this is what's kind of slowing me down at the moment. That, right, is a very valuable, rare accordion that someone got out of their shed and it was covered in water. And I'm kind of committed to sorting that out, but it's a lot of work, you know. I do repair musical instruments, but that's one of the hardest things there is to repair. So it's just kind of sitting there and it's lurking at me. I've got to do something with that soon. But you know, I'm focused on where I'm kind of going, which has to do with YouTube, has to do with lots of things, has to do with everything that's going on in my life at the moment. And I will get to that, you know. So don't be held back by things that kind of get in the way and make life either difficult or make it awkward to get forward, make it awkward to make a difference. There's a forward thrusting energy in every one of those spreads we did there today. Okay, so guys, thanks for supporting the channel. Please know I'm always in support of you, whatever you're doing, whatever's going on in life. Next time, let me just show you my filthy house here. Next time, I might have my Christmas tree lit up, okay? And we'll do a nice kind of Christmas tree reading. I think that'd be the way to go. But I'm going to actually go and put some lights on that now and actually get it flashing and looking nice and Christmassy. And I know it's Thanksgiving for our friends in USA very shortly. Everyone seems to be getting ready for that now. So a happy Thanksgiving to you if I don't see you before. I will be back in the next couple of days with another reading. So keep it here, keep it Twig Brother. Thanks very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment so we can share the journey as well, you know, because we're sharing the journey anyway if you're watching the videos, so why not? Meanwhile, have a fantastic time ahead, friends. Follow me on social media and we'll all kind of join up into a family. That's what life's all about. And I'll see you again very soon. Peace.